back to Unveil the Real podcast. I'm your host, Scoobs, and today we're bringing you a new episode of week 3. This has been a very interesting week, quite a few things to get into. But before we get into everything, let's give a special shout out to our sponsor for today's episode, Playtime KC. They are a family oriented company specializing with families, smaller kids, younger kids as well. All the way down to infants, bounce houses, play ball sets, little small train sets, slides. They're also bounce house rental friendly. You can rent bounce houses, movie theater, outdoor theater options, and even a few more different options as well. Please contact them at Playtime KC on Instagram. Call them, text them. All the information is on all social medias. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. All right. Now, let's get back into this episode, y'all. So, week 3, y'all know we got to start off with football, man. NFL, such an exciting week for football. The fact that we are already in week 3, let's just let's just say that first and foremost, man. I mean, it was just a lot. Moving on to the first game of the week, which was a Thursday night football game. It was the Commanders versus the Packers. I am calling it now, man. Packers definitely have the best defense in football right now. They are dominating at all 3 levels, and they are not denied. Especially of course with the help with the big trade that they just got. What felt like a few weeks ago, but overall great defense. They shut Jaden. They didn't really shut him down. Jaden Daniels still got 200 yards with 2 touchdowns, two touchdown passes. But I do love how Jordan Love is bouncing back from last season. He, from last season's injury. So he has came a long way from now. We are gonna keep him on the lookout. I kind of wish I would have got him in fantasy football, but again, he threw for 292 yards and he threw for 2 touchdowns as well. Just a great athlete overall. I like how quiet and humble he is as well. Like you could tell he's like mad. You know what I'm saying? He's just really trying to stay focused. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he learned any of that from Aaron Rodgers when he was a rookie, but just moving forward, great offense. I know I have, dang it, what is his name? Tucker Craft, man. Tucker Craft. Definitely glad I picked him up in my fantasy football league. I'm in 2 leagues. 6 receptions, 124 yards, and 1 touchdown. 124 yards, y'all, off 6 receptions. It's kind of crazy. But again, he's doing his thing. I know they have an injured receiver. So I actually do have Matthew Golden on my bench. Still trying to decide if I'm going to start him this week or not. But we are going to get further into that later on. All right, moving forward, man. Cowboys-Giants game. A lot of people would sleep on Russell Wilson, man, including me. I'll be honest about it. I definitely was not the biggest fan of him moving forward. He's been bouncing around. He went from the Seahawks to the Broncos. Now it's with the Giants. But again, he still has that spiral throw, that signature pass that everyone loves to see. Man, I still remember he used to pass it to Lockett. Lockett was probably one of my favorite receivers around that time because, man, Lockett it just gets right in the pocket of him every time, man. And obviously, if you have Lockett or DK Metcalf on your fantasy football teams, you really love that spiral pass. So definitely was a good game. Came down to overtime. You know, not too much else to say about it. Cowboys came out on top in overtime, field goal kick. That kicker that they have on for the Cowboys is very special. Don't know his name, but he's very special. He is. Where is he at? Nope, that's not him. Kicking Brandon Aubrey, 4 for 4. His long, I guess that day was a 64 yarder. shoot, him alone got 16 points. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely good kicker, man. Kind of wish I would have got him on my fantasy team. Again, it is what it is at this point, man. We got to keep moving forward. All right, let's talk about who's next. Seahawks Steelers game. Definitely was a it was that actually was a pretty entertaining game. Shout out to Sam Darnold, man, 31 to 17. 31 to 17, man. He came out on top. Let me look at some of his stats. He threw for 295 yards. He threw for 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 picks. But overall, man, I kind of forgot Cooper Kupp was on his team. They got a well-rounded receiving group, but Cooper Kupp was definitely one of the favorites. But of course, Jackson Smith and Jigba, who everyone knew was going to be their top receiver. Moving on from last season. Kenneth Walker doing his thing as well. Aaron Rodgers, dude, give it up to him as well. 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions though. I did like, he was really trying to get that ball to Metcalf. Metcalf got 1 touchdown. He was the only one that got a receiving touchdown. But Jalen Warren, Fryermuth, Jonnu Smith, so Aaron Rodgers is trying to get that ball to the tight end's hands, trying to open it up a little bit so that Metcalf and other wide receivers can get theirs as well, man. But good win for the Seahawks, man. I wasn't too bored of the game, but hey, it's like that sometimes. Rams beat Titans 33-19. I'm not too surprised from that. Cam Ward being a rookie quarterback, I knew that was going to be quite a bit of a challenge for him. So let's just hope he can hold on and learn week after week. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward. But again, man, come on now. You playing the Rams? You playing Matthew Stafford. Great quarterback. I mentioned this at the last episode. He's by far one of my favorite quarterbacks when it comes to just the throwing, the accuracy, the power, and everything. And so again, of course, when he's healthy, that's exactly what I'm looking for when it comes to a quarterback. Yeah. So Bills Jets, another game. It's pretty obvious. Bills smacked the Jets 30-10. So Josh Allen doing Josh Allen was doing. He did come out the game real quick for a second, but again, great game overall. Great game overall. Again, it was kind of a low though. He threw for only Josh Allen, excuse me, threw for only 148 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions though. James Cook, who was really one of the ones who took over the game, with 132 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Definitely good shout out to the defense though. The defense really held it down. But again, we're talking about the Jets. Justin Fields, I believe, Justin Fields, came out or got hurt or whatever the case may be. He's injured now. He only threw for three for 11 for 27 yards. Tyrod Taylor. See, I'm not understanding how this stuff works because it don't even seem like it was a game. Justin Fields only threw 3 for 11 for 27 yards. Tyrod Taylor, who came in after him, threw 7 for 11 for 56 yards and 1 touchdown. So it's like, yeah, I'm looking at it now. Definitely a lot of rushing. Of course, they feed the ball to Brees Hall. Justin Field was a top rusher, for that team, 49 yards. Brees Hall only got a total of 29 yards. But again, trying to get a ball to Garrett Wilson, he got 50 yards. Yeah, it just wasn't what it was, man. I mean, call it what it is, man. Y'all just got to step it up. That organization has always been the same, and it's probably not going to change. Moving forward, this Patriots Dolphins game, in my opinion, pretty boring. Let me pull up the snacks. Drake May, he threw. Dang, that's one thing I'll say about this game. It was definitely a shootout. Drake May threw for 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, but he also rushed for touchdown as well. Again, Drake May won. Patriots beat the Dolphins 33-27. Let me look up Tua. Tua, hey, again, yes, this was a shootout. Tua threw for 315 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. All right, definitely was a shootout. Tyreek Hill, Tyreek Hill was feeding. Of course he complained. That first week about not getting the ball. He was just pouting on the sideline, which is what he does when he's not getting the ball. But again, hey, he did 109 yards though, no touchdowns. But you know, definitely was a nice shootout game. But hey, Patriots came out on top. Do better. That's all I can say. It gets real frustrating being a football fan and whatever else you want to call it, because again, man, it's like y'all just want to complain about this and that. Again, you want the money, cool, boom, they gonna pay you the money, man. They paying you the money. Now do your job. Do your job. Hey, if the offensive line ain't getting it, if whatever the case may be, that's not something that's your concern. Run your routes, get open, the ball get to you, make sure you get it. Otherwise, stop complaining. I'm real tired of a lot of these grown men complaining about stuff like this. All right, moving on to week 2. Oh man, oof. This Bengals Jaguars game. Of course, everyone heard about Mr. Joe Burrow getting injured. That injury, toe injury. They're saying he's expected. They're saying he's expected to be back December 15th. At the earliest. So, man, that's always been Burrow's. That's always been he's getting injured, and again, it's probably one of another situations as well. You are you are always hurt. I don't know if it's because the Bengals are just not heavily invested in their offensive linemen, or I don't know, but they're out there trying to kill Burrow every year, and I mean, me as an owner, GM, whatever you want to call it, I don't know how you can just sit back and just let your quarterback, who is a very good quarterback, man. This dude has some of the best stats, what I'm saying, I mean, almost in history, and still losing games, Obviously, he's been to the Super Bowl and everything, but he loses more games than he wins. On top of the fact he gets injured every year. Every year he gets injured. And it's just ridiculous, man. Like, I mean, that would be such a good matchup between him and Mahomes again. But again, when you don't have an offensive line, it's like they're just careless. So again, hey, good luck to y'all Bengals. Even though they still won 31-27. Let me try to find Burrow's stats. So again, he threw for 7 for 13, 76 yards, right? 1 touchdown. He did throw for 1 touchdown. Now, his the backup quarterback, who is now the starting quarterback probably for the remaining half of the season, is Jake Browning. All right. Now he threw 21 for 32, 241 yards, two touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. So, oh, I mean, dang, and he rushed for 1 touchdown as well. Dang, that's crazy. That's kind of weird too, because I'm looking at the rushing stats. It's only 2 people that have rushing yards on the Bengals, and it's Chase Brown and Jake Browning. Dang, boy, it's like they making budget cuts everywhere. But anyway, Bengals came out on top, 31-27 versus Jaguars. Not too. I'm just not impressed. Of course, Travis Hunter. Let me see. Travis Hunter got 3 receptions, 22 yards. Of course, no touchdown. Trevor Lawrence threw for 271, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I mean, it's just it's the same teams, man, same culture. They don't win. They don't win. It's just boring to almost talk about nowadays. So let's keep moving forward, man. 49ers, 49ers Saints game. I'm gonna say this about Spencer Rattler. Rattler, dude, He's definitely coming together. He's developing to become a very good starting quarterback. I really do like how he's just evolving into a quarterback. He's not afraid to take off a little bit more now. Obviously, he's not Lamar. He's not, you know, I'm gonna just say Lamar. Yeah, he's not Lamar. He's not really, definitely not a Josh Allen as well. But he's doing a pretty good job as far as getting that ball into his receivers' hands. He threw for 207 yards, 3 touchdowns. All right. I think most of us, if you really know football, if you really like, especially when it comes to wide receivers, he has a very good or excuse me, the Saints have a very good receiving group. Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Jawan Johnson, boy, that big tight end, boy, he go crazy. He caught this one touchdown. Yeah, he go crazy. Brandon Cooks, Alvin Kamara, caught, dang, Alvin Kamara got 6 receptions. All right, getting them good screen passes or them dump offs. Yeah, Devon Vale and Kendrick Miller. Yeah, so excuse me, Saints definitely have a pretty good receiving core, man. Hopefully Spencer Rattler can continue to just develop and get better each week because he is a very good quarterback. Mac Jones is a starting quarterback until you know Purdy comes back. Mac Jones threw 279 yards and 3 touchdowns, though. Not too bad. Everyone knows football. We know they're going to be just feeding McCaffrey. 13 carries, 55 yards, no touchdowns. Call it what you want. He's not running. He's not running the way he used to run. Um, and it kind of reminds me of Pacheco, and we'll get to Pacheco pretty soon as well. But again, 49ers, I know I kind of gave the Saints their praise, but I do like the way the team is coming. If they have a healthy Kamara and who else is on there? Oh yeah, Brian Brian Robinson. Yeah. But again, they're gonna come together pretty soon. Even though they lost to the 49ers 26-21, still, I am looking forward to them in the future, man. Rattler got an arm. He just got to continue to get that ball in the arms, get it in the receivers, man. All right. Oh man, this was a massacre. Ravens versus Browns. Uh, Shout out to Joe Flacco, man. He was doing his thing. 199 yards, 1 touchdown pass, and 1 interception. But again, come on. When you going against the Ravens, uh, they're going to be tough. Game one, or excuse me, week one, game season. Bills versus Ravens. I don't care if you are a realist, if you are here on Earth in reality, then you know that the Chiefs are going to have their hands full with those two teams. The Chiefs actually played the Ravens. Shoot, what in a week? No, 2 weeks. We play the Giants this coming week, and then we play the Ravens. So we really got to get it together, man, or it's really going to be a long season, very long season. All right, so Lamar. He threw for 225 yards and 4 touchdowns. Can't say too much about him, man. I will give the Browns credit. That's one thing about the Browns defense. They always just show up at weird times. Because the fact that Derrick Henry had such a great game in week one, they shut Derrick Henry down. He only had 11 carries for 23 yards, no touchdowns. So that's pretty good. That's, that's damn good moving forward. Of course, Ravens smacked the Browns 41-17. Not too surprised, man. They got a lot going on. Flacco's just trying to get a check, man. Oh, this revenge game. This revenge game. Don't quote me because I forgot his name. But the Bears' new head coach, which last season was the Lions' offensive coordinator, they definitely made sure they made a statement. It was a massacre. And it probably would have been worse, but it was 52. Excuse me. The Lions beat the Bears 52-21. 52-21, man. Again, I'm going to continue to say this every week. the Bears are not going to develop and do anything with this type of quarterback. His mental is not there. You're wearing fingernail polish. You're just acting weird. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then on a lot of these other sports shows, you hear weird things happening with it when it comes to him. That's all I got to really say as far as Caleb Williams, man. I mean, again, I'll give him this though: 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Um, it's not much to really say. I just don't like him as a quarterback. And to be completely honest, even moving forward when we're talking about, even when we're talking about a USC, I mean, dude, at the collegiate level, a lot of a lot of a lot of these players, man, they were dogs. I will give them that, but we just got to start being real about this situation. But anyway, moving forward, Jared Goff, thank God, I have him in my other fantasy league, starting QB. I actually have Jared Goff in both of my leagues, but in the other league, I have Lamar Jackson starting over Jared Goff, which obviously is like you can't really go wrong with that. But Jared Goff definitely had a better week than Lamar Jackson this week in week 2 of NFL. Jared Goff threw 334 yards, 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns. And again, it was definitely a big payback game, considering the fact that their OC left, to become head coach. And again, we got to call it what it is. And this is why the NFL is such a beautiful sport, man. Because if you want the money, you got to understand, that's going to come with something. You're gonna get smacked. You might not make it to the Super Bowl. You might get embarrassed here and there, but your bank account is nice. So yeah, yeah, hey, that's what it is. All right. So Lions again smacked the Bears 52-21. You know, great game. It was a very entertaining game. Way better than week 1. Way better than week 1. Week 1 they got the Lions got smacked. But again, like the first team I mentioned, the Packers, top defense. Definitely a top defense in the league right now. All right. Broncos Colts. Hey man, I think I said this last week. Definitely forgot that Daniel Jones was still playing football, but congratulations to him. Who would have thought he would have beat the Broncos? He would have beat Bo Nix. Even though yes, Bo Nix is still younger and this and that. Daniel Jones is just more experienced. You know what I'm saying? That definitely plays a huge part when it comes to when it comes to this game of football, especially in the NFL. Daniel Jones threw for 316 yards, one. He threw for 1 touchdown and he rushed for 1 touchdown as well. All right. I don't think nobody is really still going to take advantage of the Broncos. Their defense is very good. So as long as Bo Nix continues to get better, and again, dude, look, Bo Nix threw for 206 yards and 3 touchdowns. He did throw 1 pick though, so that can be big. I keep forgetting they have J.K. Dobbins, which is obviously their number one rusher. But anyway, hey man, congratulations to the Colts, dude. They beat the Broncos 29-28. Good for them. I can't even hate on them. Panthers and Cardinals game. One thing I'll say about the Cardinals, bro, they definitely want to eat. Kyler Murray is going to do what Kyler Murray does. He runs like a little midget. Um, but hey, James Conner, shout out to Trey McBride and all the other receiving core they have. They have a pretty nice receiving core, if you ask me. Again, especially when you have whenever you got a healthy tight end who actually wants to eat, it actually makes everything a little more dangerous. But I love it. So shout out to the Cardinals beating the Panthers 27-22. Bryce Young is continuing to get better. He actually threw for 328 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So I'm not too, you know what I'm saying, who can be too mad at that, you know what I'm saying? He's coming along, but I do want to know how the Panthers are going to move forward with him. I know he was like the number one overall pick or whatever the case may be, but he got to show out on the field. All right. Um, let's move on to the Falcons. Yeah, the Falcons. Falcons Vikings. Wow. Michael Penix. Michael Penix, man. I don't even know how he did it. I know how he did it. He got Bijan Robinson. But Michael Penix, man. Michael Penix Jr., excuse me. Threw for 135 yards, zero touchdowns, zero interceptions. Um, but again, man, Bijan Robinson, 22 carries, 143 yards, zero touchdowns. What about receiving? Receiving, Bijan Robinson he got three receptions for 25 yards. So again, man, he's coming along, man. I think he's the one dog from Texas that everyone really wanted to, really show out. Once he got in the NFL, he was definitely the one that everyone has been looking at. So long as he stays healthy, yeah, he's gonna. Man, McCarthy, dude, what the heck? 158 yards, zero touchdowns, two picks. All right. Uh, you can tell Justin Jefferson is getting a little frustrated. Jefferson only got three receptions for 81 yards. Justin Jefferson only got three receptions for 81 yards. And believe it or not, the next highest receiver who got the most receptions was Jalen Naylor, which hey, that guy is actually pretty good too. Like the way he just runs his routes and catches the ball. But yeah, it was pretty bad, pretty sad, man. Falcons beat the Vikings 22-6. Not the best game for the Vikings, man. I definitely expected a little bit more, but McCarthy got to get it together, bro. Ain't nobody feeling sorry for you. All right, man. The doubleheader with the Buccaneers. Whoo, that Buccaneers Texas game. This dude, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield might be the comeback king, man. He's been doing this thing for a couple years now with the Buccaneers. Coming back. Uh Baker Mayfield, 215 yards, two touchdowns. Uh, again, he has Bucky Irvin and Rashad White, two, in my opinion, two of the most shiftiest and freakiest pause running backs probably in the league. Obviously you got like the James Cook you got James Cook, you got Gibbs, you got a couple other ones that people really want to pick up, Bijan Robinson, things like that. But I do like the duo between Bucky Irvin and Rashad Wright. Uh, Texans, C.J. Stroud, man. I'm not for sure what he has going on. He needs to get it together too as well, man. It's getting out of control. He threw 207 yards, one touchdown. Um, but again, they're trying to feed Chubbs. I mean, the receiving core. Man, it's just a lot going on. But anyway, congratulations to the Buccaneers. They beat the Texans 20-19. Man, that's another 1 point game win for this week. Dang. Let's see. The other team for that doubleheader from Monday night was the LA Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. That was a good game. Now, yes, the Chargers did end up smacking them, but I feel like that first half, Herbert was really trying to find his rhythm, which, I get it. It happens. Shout out to the Raiders defense, though. They can be a problem. They really can be a problem. Geno Smith, 180 yards, zero touchdown passes, three interceptions. That is exactly why they lost. Chargers beat the Raiders 20-9. Herbert threw for 242 yards, two touchdowns, zero interceptions. So shout out to the Chargers, man. They beat the Chiefs in week 1, beat the Raiders week 2. If anyone is getting where I'm going with this, then then y'all know the Chiefs are gonna have their hands full. All right, y'all, let's get into the Chiefs talk, man. Super Bowl rematch. Very, very, very interesting game. I look at I look at football a lot of different ways. Let me just start off by saying that the Eagles versus Cowboys game, which was that week 1 game, compared to the Eagles Chiefs game. To me, this Eagles Chiefs game was pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, Very good overall, though. Like I said, I'll give it up to the Chiefs overall. Now, Jalen Hurts threw for 101 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. All right, now Patrick Mahomes, he threw for 187 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 reception. Excuse me, 1 interception, along with 1 rushing touchdown. Moving along with the Chiefs talk, y'all. Great game overall. We came up short. We came up short. Of course, everyone is going to blame Kelsey for that catch. I am as well. But it was a great game. It was a pretty good game. They kept Hurts in the backfield. They kept Saquon. Saquon didn't do too much. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he did. He did Saquon 22 carries for 88 yards and 1 touchdown. So they were definitely feeding Saquon the ball quite a bit. Um, Again, I just think the Chiefs are going to have an issue, which is why I originally said in my predictions that the Chiefs are going to be what 12? No, shoot, what did I say? I think I said 12-5. I think I said 12-5. I mean, just being realistic, and again, the Giants are not going to the Giants are not going to let us just go in and score and do all we want to do as well. Russell Wilson was looking pretty good this week, man. Neighbors wants to win. Neighbors wants that ball, along with that other rookie wide receiver. I forgot his name. But again, man, it's going to be a shootout. I believe it's really about to be a shootout. Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt's not playing the best how I think we all want him to, but we definitely just have to do a better job on the ground. Protect Mahomes. Protect Mahomes, man. There's not much else to say. Like Kelsey, yes, you have to catch that ball, but again, we have to come to reality. Kelsey's not moving the same. Obviously, he's a little older in age now. Um, I'm putting it right here, and I want y'all to put it in the comments now. I'm saying right now that Kelsey is probably going to go to Cleveland Browns next year. Maybe just join the organization just because that's where he's from, and possibly just move back, or and not move back, and possibly after he's married and blah blah blah, he's probably going to end up retiring. Coming back to Kansas City and retiring. He's a Hall of Fame tight end. You're going to have a Hall of Fame quarterback, Mahomes. It's almost just the right thing to do at this point. You're kind of letting the team down, and that really just proved our point. That just proved everybody's point. So, um, again, shout out to Kelsey, shout out to the Chiefs. Congratulations to the Eagles, man. They beat the Chiefs 20-17. We can't deny it. They came to play. They came to play, and in my opinion, they kept it on the ground because I don't think they were trying to smack us like they probably really wanted to. Call it what you want. Um, but as far as this being called a dynasty, man, we got to get it together. This is really just gonna be a long season. The Giants are not gonna just let us just walk in as well. So, um, hopefully we make some adjustments. We definitely need to just start looking for another running back moving forward. We need to look for another running back, and we'll just see how it goes from there, man. Not too much to really say about this game. You know, we took an L. We were right there. All Kelsey had to do was catch that ball. But again, we can't just. And let me say this as well. We cannot just blame everything on Kelsey, man. There was so many other mistakes that being made in this game uh, between the Eagles and the Chiefs. No no team is perfect. But again, this is a professional leagues, and I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like they're trying to play it safe. I feel like Pacheco's trying to play it safe, not re-injure himself. Um, Kareem Hunt, thank God for him. When he gets in there, he is definitely doing his job. He's getting a nice little average each day. And again, Mahomes, I don't know. In my opinion, Mahomes is he's looking frustrated. I don't know if it's something going on outside the field, or if there's some drama going on, or people are trying to be so perfect that they're actually messing up more than they should be. It can be a lot of factors into this. So let's hope the Chiefs just get it together moving forward. I know we are, man, but let's make these adjustments now, Andy Reid, because it's going to be a long season. It's definitely going to be a long season, man. All right, shout out to the Chiefs. We got the Giants next, man. Let's get it. Let's move on to our next segment. Get them chopping. All right, man. If anyone is following this, y'all already know who has to be get them chopping this week, man. New York Giants offensive tackle James Hudson. This dude got four penalties in one drive. He got four penalties in one drive, man. Early on in the game as well. I mean, we're talking within the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game.
Get him chopping.
So again, he definitely has to get him chopping. James Hudson, four flags, and again, I'm not for sure if I would have benched him the entire game, but he got benched for the entire game. And again, me being me, I'm kind of proud of it. You know what I'm saying? To me, that is going to make a statement moving forward. I can't recall exactly what it was. I know he went off sides one or two of the times, but the other two times I know for sure was like a personal foul, unnecessary roughness. He, man, trying to smack the helmet off of that DN, and shoot, what the other time it was, he basically was rumbling and tussling on the ground with the guy. Like, come on, dude, man. So anyway, this is the professional leagues. It's the NFL, man. So I'm kind of glad that it went how it went. You know what I'm saying? Get him out the game. But dang, because man, I actually went back to find him when the Giants and the Cowboys went to the overtime, and he still was not in the game. So again, I can understand why he was probably, he was arguing with the coaches and the players on the sidelines. It's embarrassing, man. But dude, you are embarrassing this organization. So something has to give moving forward.
Get him chopping.
You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely going to be a nice statement to make moving forward for these guys. All right. So James Hudson, you got to get him chopping.
Get him
Man.
chopping.
Seriously, like you should have got him chopping while you was on the sideline. You should be getting him chopping at practice every day until you actually apologize to that coach. This grown man in this league, man. Man up, apologize to that coach, apologize to your team, because believe it or not, that was four penalties in one drive. The Giants lost. So imagine if they actually would have, imagine if those penalties wasn't right there, because Russell Wilson actually, man, he threw some nice passes. Hey, shout out to Russell Wilson. But anyway, imagine how the game would have went, if those four penalties wasn't called. So again, in my opinion, shout out to that head coach for the Giants. He had to make an executive decision. So moving forward, hopefully James Hudson does start, next week, especially versus the Chiefs, and hopefully he does it again versus the Chiefs too. All right.
Hey, that's just how I feel. Yeah, that's just how I feel. Hey.
All right, so let's get into this week's reaction video, y'all.
Without the hair and makeup, you're a 5, ma'am. Without the hair and makeup, you're a 5, ma'am.
Bro, I need to get one of these shirts.
And in the morning, you're a 4.
Four. Oh shit, I think I spit it a little too much on that one. All right, now moving forward for this video. Okay, so the reason why, yes, it is petty. It is petty. It is very petty, but I'm a grown man, and I will speak for most grown men who are on this earth at reality. Most men, we know who we are. We know how we look. We know that we cannot get a Halle Berry, and again, some of us can. It is what it is moving forward. But at the end of the day, the fact that men are a reality, I feel like a lot of women need to come down to reality. If you are in your 30s or let's just say mid 30s, and you're still single, you're still following your auntie's guidelines who never had never had a man or never was married or was married about 5 6 times, at some point you got to come down to reality. There's so many videos and it's all over social media, and I know they hit everybody. Come to reality. You know what I'm saying? And embrace your femininity, and just embrace being a woman. Embrace being a lady. Whatever you want to call it. But again, the fact that a lot of women put on all of this makeup daily. You know what I'm saying? No one is ever going to see the real you, because now now it really is like a lifestyle for you to just do this every day. But then the fact that you want to become bougie, talk bad about guys for, their hair is thinning, or they're bald, or they're fat, and I mean, come on, that's the whole point of this, man. A lot of people really are fives, and that's the reality of it. And again, he's right. Like, and when you wake up in the morning, shoot, you a four. I mean, you wake up in the morning, no makeup, boom, all that. It's another reason why I love how Kevin Samuels always asked that question, like, rate you from 1 to 10, fresh out the shower, fresh out the shower. You know what I'm saying? And of course, a lot of women, they're just delusional. Just call it what it is. They're just delusional. So again, I love Corey Holcomb, one of my favorite comedians. I know I've seen him before when he came to Kansas City before, but yes, he can be rude and disrespectful, but at the end of the day, he is here with reality. He understand. He makes a lot of money. I'm not saying he's a millionaire, but he makes a lot of money. But at the end of the day, rather he making 50,000 a year, 100,000 a year, or 500,000 a year, he is at reality with himself. He understands that he is not about to get the baddest chick that he wants, you know. Obviously, and he's probably not even married no more either, but at least he's at reality with himself. So that's where I'm big on. So it's petty. Comment below. Tell me what y'all think about this. Please comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about this t-shirt. Should I wear it for the next episode? I really want to know, because again, it can sound rude and disrespectful, but again, think of how much money y'all women are spending or investing in yourself. But again, you're not even investing in your personality. You're not investing in your diet, the gym. It's like all just hair and makeup, nails, hair, makeup, nails. But it's like you still got the attitude, you're still gaining weight, you're still doing everything else that you put in front of that. And that's why a lot of women are in the same situation they're in. They're in their 30s and 40s, still single. Not bragging, because thank you, Lord. I am married. I'm married to one of the most beautiful women on earth. But still, uh, you know, it, a lot people just got to come to reality with this, man. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Should I rock this shirt? Should I just leave it where it is? But I definitely, hey, we come on, let's get petty with this. You know what I'm saying? Men, where y'all at? All right, now let's get into music of the week, y'all. I love this whole album. Over the years, I've actually became a very big Westside Gunn fan and Griselda fan overall. I mean, I love almost every artist on that record label. But again, this is off the new album Hills Have Eyes 2. This specific song is called Aunt Gina. I just love the way it flows. It definitely has like more of a darker side of it. But again, you really got to learn to articulate with an artist like him, because hey, he is different. He is different, but try to vibe to this very, very, very good song with Skyzoo. So again, man, Aunt Gina. All right. Now, we've reached the end of this episode. I want you guys to vibe out with this, man. Check it out on all platforms. And again, this is Unveil the Real podcast. Shout out to my nonprofit, the Men Suit Up. We definitely want to continue to reach men each week, each day, to become better men, to help keep the families together and become the best version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Most men in my age, we have ideas, but a lot of times we have no idea how to plan it. We have no idea where to go from here. But again, shout out to the Men Suit Up. Shout out to Playtime KC. Thank you again for sponsoring this episode. Y'all have a good week. And we'll see you guys at the next episode. All right. We out.